There's just a comment here. I'm only 17 and I do just want to answer this because it hurts my little heart. I'm only 17, but I have bad anxiety and my hands are shaking even if all I'm doing is talking to my mum. Dr. Dom deals a lot with obviously people who have anxiety. So would you like to give a couple little immediate grounding tips for people who suffer with anxiety, because it can be so overwhelming?
Yeah.
So if we can just do 3 tips that Dom would say are amazing to center yourself.
And look, very clearly, everything we're talking about here is general information. It's things I'd feel comfortable saying to anyone. It's not specific or actual kind of treatment.
So there's no specific medical information. Obviously, we just have to discuss it generally, but it's just good tips for things that help with people with anxiety.
So with anxiety, you're looking at the part of the brain, it's called the amygdala, is sending off false alarms, and that then goes and talks to your brainstem, which is the part that creates the physical, what we call fight and flight. That's the shaking, the heart racing, all of the physical sensations. And because you've got the physical sensation, then your brain starts creating stories. There must be something wrong. And so the 2 ways you want to deal with it is, if it's mainly physical symptoms that you're having, then you're wanting to kind of work with calming the physical side of your body.
So if you've got the hands shaking specifically, things like that, heart racing. I've had many panic attacks, so please don't feel ashamed of it.
Take the focus off whatever it is, the area that's most distressing you, and bring it to another area. So if your hands are shaking, then go across to focusing on your breathing instead. If your breathing's really tight, then work on grounding down. So what I'm talking about when I'm talking about grounding is where you kind of really start thinking about the physical sensation of your feet. Like literally grounding down onto the ground.
Literally touching grass.
That works so well.
Touching grass for me, huge. Yeah. Actually physically put my feet in the grass. Another one that I personally love is ice.
Oh, ice will absolutely. So
ice is like you're so welcome, Eliza. You're so welcome. Ice, I love it.
Ice works because it's hypersensory, so it kind of overrides, and your nervous system kind of it's almost like a switch for it.
We've also we absolutely will get into those things and the overlapping of multiple diagnoses with neurodiversity. But I just want to answer some specific questions while we were going through them. So Jordan, because again, this is a really common one. Jordan, how do you deal with social anxiety and dealing with fight or flight level stress? So again, this was the grounding, and I think that's a really good thing to talk about.
So grounding is where you really work. You actually kind of bring all your focus down to your feet. How do they feel? Pushing them into the ground, preferably if you're on grass, something where you can really feel it. When I'm doing it in my office, I've got this horrible concrete floor, but it's really great for grounding because it's really hard and you can push into it and it gives you that support back.
Concrete? You like a concrete floor to ground into?
Well, it works. It works really I prefer grass. But but it's anything that's going to give the sensory sensation but also that physical support. And what that does is actually sends messages back up the vagus nerve that you're safe, and it starts to turn off the fight and flight. The other one, if you've got access to it, is any of the breathing exercises.
The breathing's great.
Yeah. Big thing with breathing, if you're already in fight and flight, is breathe out before you try to breathe in.
Which is so difficult, by the way. If you struggle with this, you are not alone. It's so hard.